How to read sheet music for beginners. Before you start, you need to verify that your music that is put in front of you correlates to your instrument. You really don't want to be reading violin music when you play the viola. This is usually indicated at the top left of the sheet music, right under the title. Now that we got that squared away, we can start learning about the bar. The notes are the most important part for understanding how to read music. They become different depending on the clef that is shown on the page. There are 4 main clefs in music. They include bass, alto, tenor, and treble. These symbols are usually shown at the left of the page. There are different memorizing techniques to learn the notes of the clef, such as every grandma bakes delicious fudge always, or every good boy does fine. Whatever works best for you is obviously preferred. Once you have those notes down by practicing scales, you can start breaking down the rhythm, or the arrangement of long and short notes on a piece of music. Most music stays in common time. This means there are 4 beats in a measure, 4/4. We'll stay in common time because most of the music you'll be seeing is in this time signature. Other common time signatures that you might see include 3/4, 2/4, and 6/8. You may use these diagrams to see the different note values. Let's practice this. Clap the beat correlating to the notes on screen. You may replay this part multiple times if you have any trouble. Great. Now, we need to determine what key the piece is in. This determines what notes we play during the entire piece. Through your practice of scales, you'll start to feel comfortable with the circle of fifths, shown here. Know that sharps of the key are represented with hashtags and flats are represented with Bs, and naturals are represented with this symbol. The key is shown at the beginning of the piece, right next to the clef. Make sure that you look out within the pieces for any key changes. If the piece switches from C major to D minor, you need to be ready for it. Try to prepare for it in 3 to 4 bars before the change. Tempo is very important and should be acknowledged before you start looking at the piece. Tempo in layman's terms is how fast or slow the piece of music is. While it is not important to know the terms corresponding beats per minute, it's important to know what they mean generally. It gets much easier the more you recognize them. Here's a quick diagram of the different tempo markings. And finally, there are different writings in music that the composers intentionally put in to guide the musician play the piece the way he or she intended it. One important writing is dynamics, or how loud/soft to play the music. There are 2 ends of the dynamics, piano, which is soft, and forte, which is loud. There are also decrescendos, or gradually getting softer, and crescendos, gradually getting louder, which are represented with long less than or greater than signs. These are the most important writings that you'll need to know for now. Other writings will be inferred or be taught upon by your conductor. Well, that's the basics for learning how to read music. It gets easier over time, and sight reading sheet music will also become easier with due practice. I hope you found this guide helpful, and thanks for watching. And remember, practice with a metronome.